The first bit of advice I would give you regarding writer's block is something that I've gotten variations from both Cornelia Funk and Neil Gaiman. And it is probably, while the most useful with writer's block, it is also the most frustrating. And that is essentially reframing the idea of writer's block. So instead of saying, I have writer's block, they each suggested some sort of form of reframing it as, I have blocked myself, or I have written myself into a corner. Reason being is this then puts all of the onus back on you. It's not this mythical thing we've encountered that can't be challenged or bested. It is in fact a trap of our own making. Because once we can look at it as a problem that we created, we can then solve it. I believe Cornelia once phrased it as reaching a dead end in a hedge maze and realizing you have to go back. You can't go through it or over it. You're a writer, and as a writer, you probably actually understand story a lot more than you even consciously realize. So when we essentially write ourselves into a corner or block ourselves off, we can feel something's wrong, and so sitting down and forcing through it, that's why it doesn't work. So you have to sort of retrace back and go, oh, right, how did I get here? What action went from A to B to C to F? Where did I miss? For this very reason is why I am a huge, huge advocate for plotting. I'm not saying you have to do this, but my outlines start as a skeleton of this event, this event, this event, and then I essentially will fill things in with like a very robust summary, not full sentences, just bullet points of, okay, how do we get from A to B? Well, you have all these different actions which make B the only logical next conclusion because of everything that preceded it. And by doing that, I'm able to look at my map and go, okay. And that way when I start writing, if I hit one of those walls, I can look back at the map and go, where did this go wrong? And I can find it in my little outline, my treasure map, and be like, I made a left turn at Albuquerque and I shouldn't have, or something. So even if you're not a plotter, and I'm not saying you have to be, my best advice to you would probably be go back and really scrutinize those moments. Is there something where we kind of had to make a leap and that kind of wrote yourself into a corner? And then on top of that, I would also suggest absorb all the stories you can, because I'm a firm believer that sort of writing is like exercise, and you can't really make a story if you haven't consumed enough story calories. I don't know.